Hello and welcome back to International Racing Series. We are back live for the penultimate round of the season here with our Tier 2 drivers. 18-minute qualifying session at the track of Brazil. 2 rounds to go. 6 drivers separated by 42 points. Championship leader Purple Derp not racing today, so the 5 drivers behind him can certainly close up the gap into the final round and make it an absolute shootout for the Drivers' Championship. But we've got one more round to go before then, and it is Brazil here today, as we got a few drivers out on track, one of them being a new driver of Nasha 05, reserving today, his first race in IRS. See what he can do here in Tier 2. Who else we got out? We've got Just Peak out there first again. Likes being there. Good evening, my guy. To IRS LB44, subscribing at Tier 1 for 4 months. Currently on a 2-month streak. Pepper Slig, we love a dry race. I told you it'd be dry. What about qualifying though? It's a bit dark, as all the telemetry is up. Alright, but yeah, 42 points separated between the top 6 drivers here in Tier 2. Going into round 13 or 14. Rush saying Burb being one of those drivers. IS1 coming out the pits. Kovacs Milan. Outlaw. And DNB Super Skills. He comes out in the mediums. Wasn't expecting it, and it says dry as well. Nice. Hopefully the sun comes out. But yeah, a few drivers starting their laps. Just Pete, please, in the Alpha Tauri with a 17.3 into sector 1. Nasha 3 tenths up with a 17.007. With one of the best tracks on the calendar, in my opinion. Such a fun track, Brazil. We gotta watch out for Kovacs, I think, today, who's just leaving the pits right now, leaving his pit box. Tier 1, he's been looking really fast. 53.3 for Just Peak. 52.3 for Nasha, who's a second up on the Alpha Tauri here, but the first driver to complete a flying lap will be Just Peak as he crosses the line, and it will be a 110.4. Nasha is going to smash that with a 109.1. We've got the Russell Burb with a 109.0. What else? We've got Outlaw crossing the line to take pole with a 108.6, and then we've got the Mercedes of IRS LB44 starting his flying lap. Remy crosses the line with a 110.5. DMB Super Skill starts his flying lap. Who else is it? Altmaier Robert with a 109.0. Purple sector 3. GF1 starting his first flying lap. We've got Eric coming down the back straight, opening the DRS up for the Aston Martin. It's going to be P7 with a 112.9, but let's jump on board with Kovacs. IS1 popping himself up to P4 in the McLaren with a 109.1. This is the man that we think is going to get pole position today, just by the speed that he's been producing in Tier 1 recently. So we're going to ride on board with him as we go into turn 1 and 2, taking it through Gear 4 very smoothly indeed. DRS on, 60% ERS to play with. This track uses a lot, a 16.9, purple sector 1, just up on Nasha. Bit of traffic getting out of the way on the right hand side, and that was IS1, yes it was. Down into Gear 3, into the slowest part of the track. Still looking very smooth, but yeah, 35% already. This track uses so much IRS on the qualifying laps, crazy. Into the sector 2 checkpoint, and it's a 51.6, another purple sector, and he's going to have a bit of a slipstream, not too much, because his teammate left it a bit too late. But here we go for Kovacs Milan's first flying lap. Will it be provisional pole position? Yes, it will, by 0.003 of a second to Outlaw. Only 0.003 of a second. Yeah, only just done it then. GF1 in the Aston Martin put himself up to P3 there as well with a 108.7. So far the opening laps are looking very close here for Tier 2. Kovacs Milan's teammate of Altmaier, Robert P4, so he's a 10th up into Sector 1. Reserving here today. Might put himself down for a full-time seat. I'm not sure if he's seen the sign-ups, but certainly good enough to be one of the top drivers here in Tier 2, as he's actually up on Kovacs here. He's on for provisional pole position. Can he make it an Alpine 1-2? And I think he is. It's going to be a 1-0. Oh no, he's not. He lost some time down the straight. A 108.7. Puts it at 1-3 for Alpine. How's the IS1 getting on? 6th and 7th for the two McLarens at the moment. Dives into the pits. He is not up on his time. DMB Super Skills on a 109.9 on the mediums. Thinking that, I'm not sure what he's doing there, but he can get some pretty decent times in with the softs. He gets out there. IRS W44. IRS turned off at the moment. I think he's doing some practice laps. I think he's on his wheel as well. Brand new wheel for IRS LB44. So see what you can do on that. Just peak with an invalidation there. Went to back off, I think. DMB Super Skills backing off. Pepper Slig just invalidates turn 1. Just jumping on board with him. Wonder how much fuel he's got. He's got enough for another run after this. Pretty quiet at the moment though. Well, Russell Burb's not quiet though, because he's just set a purple best in Sector 2. Currently P5. Where can he slot this Williams? Can he put it into the top 3? Or even better? No, he can't. He improves by just under a 10th, but remains P5. We've got the Haas of Anur, who's unfortunately just outside this championship battle. I think he's 57 points behind Purple Derp, when the top 6 above him are 42 points behind Purple Derp or less. 17.0. Him, Kovacs and Nasha all with similar Sector 1 times there. They're enough matching each other. I think Anur's had a bit of bad luck this season. He should definitely be up there with these guys battling for this championship fight. In this Haas Sector 2 checkpoint. How's he getting on? At 52.0. Hit a bit of grass there. He's messed his lap up there by hitting the grass, but he was looking good. How's Pepper getting on? DMB Super Skills has binned it. I'm not sure where. On the left hand side up there. How's he done that? That's a weird place to crash. On this game, especially. Something must have happened with his either controller or wheel. Can't remember what he's on, but that's a very weird place to crash. Pepper Slig, 57.9. He's not even on a lap. He's diving into the pits. I'm watching him thinking he's on a lap. He's not even on a lap. Kovacs Milan is on a lap though. Just under 3/10 up on his time. A much better lap time than the one we saw a couple of minutes ago. Can he spread the gap to Outlaw and make it a big margin here at the top? Yes, he can. It's a 108.2. Just under 4/10 back to Outlaw in P2, who's had a bit of a moment there on his lap and has aborted. GF1 with an invalidation. How's Nasha getting on? Just under a 10th up on his time. Can't get a lap together from Pepper. I'm expecting to be at the back of the grid today. As we jump back on board with Nasha, who's coming into the Sector 2 checkpoint, and he's 2/10 up. Could put himself into the top 5 here. Down the final straight we go. DRS wide open. Hug the wall, cross the line, and it is a 108.957 and jumps ahead of IS1 and the Russell Burb. So Nasha looking pretty paceful here, looking good. Oh, who's that? Eric, trying to get. Oh, Eric's been disqualified for blocking the pit lane. I just caught that. He was sideways in the pit, and he's going to be P14 at the back of the grid. So Pepper, he's not going to be at the back. Good luck everyone from Leg Schrader, Mr. Lelit. Anyone on a lap? Yes. Altmar Robert is a 10th up on his time and could make it an Alpine 1-2 at the second time of asking, and this time he does. Just under 3/10 down on his teammate. So 1-2 for the boys in blue. How was GF1 getting on? He's done a 108.6. Put himself P3 ahead of Outlaw. Who's going for a lap? Who's going for a lap? Just Peak, currently P9. Nine 11 for Just Peak and Remy. And that's an invalidation for Just Peak. Let's jump back on board with Pepper. He's going to be the next driver to start a lap. Everyone is just waiting now, I think, for their final run. They don't want to come out too early. See what Pepper can do then. There's not really been that many races this season, but when he has, he's been in the points a couple of times. Qualifying's not a strong one for him, but the race definitely is. He's on a 17.4. Get early on the throttle. I've moved on a 110.6 and he's messed up somewhere here as well. But back on board to Pepper Slig. Coming through sector 2. A bit all over the place at the moment. 53.3, but a better sector time than the one we saw before. Could be into the 110s maybe. About to find out. Don't invalidate now. Could be into the 110s, and he is into the 110s and jumps P9 from Pepper Slig. Says he's going to be at the back of the grid, and he's just proven everyone wrong and himself. Let's see if he can get back to the pits and get a new set of tyres on quickly. Try to go for another lap. We got Outlaw, currently P3 in the standings. Needs to finish ahead of Kovacs here today. He wants to have the best shot of winning the title next week. Currently P4, 3 positions behind. How much is he up on this time? 2.5 tenths. Outlaw's on a good lap. Can he get a good exit? Pretty decent. How's he going to finish this lap off though? Where's he going to put the Red Bull? Already a Constructors champion, but P2 for a 108.3 nearly beats Kovacs. I think that's the best he can do now. Pepper's League retires in the pit lane. Doesn't want to come back out. IS1 is preparing himself for a lap. Hasn't really got the IRS for this though. Might have to save himself. He's got enough fuel. No, he doesn't. He's gonna have to go for it. Got IRS LB44 also on a lap. Anur slots himself up to P6 in the Haas, separating the 2 McLarens. Back to IS1 though. The reigning champion of last year. He's still in contention for the championship here as well, so could be a back-to-back champion if he has a great race today and gets himself to the top of the standings. You never know. Currently P5 on his last qualifying lap of the session. He's going to have to give it everything here. His ERS is about to run out as well. He might just have enough. As everyone is starting their last 5 laps. Outlaw as well. Kovacs starting his last lap. But this is IS1's last flying lap. Down this straight he comes. Is he improving? No, he is not. Backs off into the pits, and that is his qualifying done, along with Onur also into the pits. GF1 in the Aston. Currently P4. He's 2.5 tenths up on his time. And this qualifying is going to be super close. There's a purple sector 2. Down the back straight. DRS open. Where's he going to finish off? Crosses the line, and it is a 108.234. Goes provisional pole position. Robert is not going to be able to do anything. IRS LB44 is going to be the next one across the line. Currently sits P12 with a 110.4. Looks like he's going to improve by 6 tenths up to P9. Outlaw stays P3. Kovacs Milan goes up to a 108.1 and sets pole position. Nasha jumps up to P5 with a 108.7. The Russell Burb is not going to improve, and that is the end of qualifying, with Kovacs Milan getting his 6th pole position of the season, I believe, maybe 7th. And putting his foot on the championship fight. He's ready for it. One of the 5 drivers racing here today in the championship fight sets pole position by 0.5 tenth, and this is going to be an interesting race. There's your confirmation. It's only 14 drivers, yeah, 14 drivers. Sweet. Kovacs Milan. There we go, just under 0.5 tenth to GF1 with his best qualifying of the season, I think that is. Outlaw P3. Albert Robert P4. 3 Hungarians in the top 4 there. Nasha P5 on his debut. Good qualifying for him. IS1 P6. Third row of the grid for the two McLarens there. Another P7. Hossein Burb P8. Two Mercedes on the fifth row. Pepper P11. Just Peak P12. Remy P13, and then we saw Eric getting disqualified. Here we go then. It's going to be a 36 lap race here in Brazil. Will most likely be a one stop, but we never know what will happen. Safety cars are definitely most likely going to happen. So that will probably change up the strategy a lot, as everyone decides right now what tyres to start on. I think we'll see all three compounds: hards, mediums and softs. Even though there's only 14 drivers, I guarantee we see all three compounds. I'm telling you. As we're just waiting for everyone to pick their setups, strategies, sort out their fuel. No formation lap, so we'll be straight into it. Hoping there's no glitches that have happened. It's taking pretty long. Nope. Here we go then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go. Who's got the better start? Looks like Kovacs Milan's got a great start. Outlaw looks like he's got a good start as well. The Alpine trying to go up the inside of GF1 there. The two McLarens side by side. Anur up the inside of the ghosted IS1 by the looks of it. Just Peak has left the session. Not sure what's happened to him. Possibly a Wi-Fi issue. But Outlaw jumping up to P3 there ahead of Robert. The two McLarens stay where they are. Anur P7. And it's a pretty clean start, I'd say there. Not sure what's happened to Just Peak, but dropping it in back quickly. Try to get him back in, but Kovacs Milan trying to get away from Outlaw, who's jumped up to P2 now, ahead of GF1, who's lost 2 positions there. Not sure what happened, we just missed that. On the hard tyres, possibly had a moment. Anur having a look at the back of IS1, IRS LB44. Was having a look at Hossein Burb, was that DMB Super Skills, who's lost a load of positions there, down to P12. Back to the front though, Kovacs Milan with the fastest lap of the race. A 1:16.8, that's definitely going to be beaten. As we're looking in the background, a little battle for 4 cars there. IS1 and Nur, who's trying to go around the outside of the McLaren. DRS yet to be enabled. This is all down to straight line speed and ERS. Who's going to break the latest? Anur trying to go around the outside. It could be a great move here. Unfortunately not. IS1 has it covered as IRS LB44 joins the party. Runs a bit wide and there's contact between the McLaren and Anur. And there's a yellow flag. Unfortunately he goes. And yeah, the second lap was a bit more hectic than the first, I'll tell you that. As Outlaw still defended from Robert just behind. 2 Alpines sandwiching Outlaw here. DRS yet to be enabled. Nash is up to P4. He's got past GF1 who's struggling on the hards. IS1 has dropped back a lot as well, with the Hossein Burb all over the back of him. IRS LB44 performing well on his new wheel here. Looks like he's got a bit more pace now he's on a wheel. Kovac just breaking that 1 second. It's an outlaw. Could be crucial. Just Peak rejoins the race. Nasher not too far behind as well. TF1 just about to lose touch. I thought everyone would be on different tyres like softs as well, but there's only been mediums and hards. 2 hard runners, DMB Super Skills and GF1. Both had bad starts, losing positions as you'd expect. 3 second time penalty already for IRS RB44. Only lap 3. A long way to go in this race. As we're seeing an overtake, Alpines 1 and 2. Nothing Outlaw could do there as he lost the DRS to his teammate. To Kovac, sorry. But has got the DRS again, so there's out there. Yellow flag and there's a safety car, why? Oh, we got a glitch lobby. Or did someone bin it? Just Peak needs to rejoin. Have 0 inputs, can't race lobbies, just got a little problem with Just Peak. As the safety car is out. And it will bunch up the grid again. Just Peak has joined. DMB Super Skills into the pits along with Pepper Sleep. Wonder what they're diving into the pits for, along with Anura as well. Pepper's got wing damage, how's that happened? DMB Super Skills onto a set of mediums, didn't like the hards. Anura's jumped onto the hards along with Pepper, who had changed his wing as well. We are just waiting for DMB's Super Skills, Anura and Pepper to catch up. Safety car will be in at the end of the next lap. Is Just Peak back into his car? Nope. Yes, he is back in the car. There we go. Pepper stayed with a penalty there as well. 3 seconds. Not sure what happened to him just then, but lap 6, 30 to go. Safety car will be in at the end of this lap. I lost my car going into the pits. Pepper just lost his cargo and because that's what he done. He had enough time to reply while I was changing his wing. Hopefully there'll be no more safety cars for the rest of the race. I'm not even sure why there was a safety car, to be honest. Should be in now as well. I'm hoping it will be in now. Yeah, there we go. Kovacs is going to bunch everyone up. And the race will continue. We're going a bit early though. He doesn't want to wait. And off he goes. Kovacs Milan restarting this race with his teammate behind. Few moves down the back there by the looks of it. IRS LB44 up the inside. I think IS1 just running to the back of the Russell Bird possibly. Oh, nearly contact there as well. And there's that Aston Martin of Eric spinning round. Not for the first time today. We've seen him spun around. Pepper as well. I'm not sure what happened to him. Had a bit of a moment. He's dropped a lot of pace. 3.5 seconds down to everyone else. Outlaw all over the back of Robert there. Trying to put the Red Bull into the top two. GF1 holding on to the back of the top four on this restart for now. Russell Burb is going to be all over the back of him soon. DMB Super Skills having a look at Remy. Just Peak, sorry. Not Remy, there's Remy in the background. Having a look at his freeway fight. Back to the top three. 5 tenths between the top three. Just over 6 now as Outlaw is trying to make a move with his ERS. Falls to the outside, into the braking zone. Slight bit of touching of wheels there. Goes around the outside, bit more touching. But Robert defends the position and keeps it an Alpine 1-2. Masha also having a look. He's getting closer and closer to this top three. DMB Super Skills still not past Just Peak, who's defending well here. Has a bit of a moment there, sliding out the corner. Here comes DMB Super Skills with the ERS up the inside into the final corner. He's outbraked himself, and he's going to lose 3 positions because of that. Remy's going to get by as well. There he goes. Pepper's going to even catch up possibly. DRS now enabled. Top 7, all within DRS. IS1 dropping back a little bit. Probably needs to use a bit of DRS here to catch up with these boys to get in the DRS. Or he's going to be dropped. Because the top 6 are starting to push away here. They look a lot quicker. The top 2 Alpine players are working very well together here. They're looking a lot quicker at the moment. Robert's looking the quickest right now, putting the pressure on Kovacs for the race lead. IRS LB44 has just dropped off a little bit off the DRS train. Back to the top though, because Robert takes the lead for the first time of this race, overtaking his teammate. Outlaw sitting patiently behind. I'd say patiently, but I'd say impatiently right now with the amount of ERS he's using. Here comes Kovacs Milan back up the inside to retake the lead as the Alpines were trying to work together with the DRS to get away from the rest of the field. GF1 got past Nasher on the hards. Lap 10. Are the hards starting to work better now? Yeah, IRS LB44 has now unfortunately lost touch with that DRS train of top 6 IS1, putting him under pressure. And Nur closing the gap as well. Bit of a moment there for IRS LB44, runs wide, and this is going to be IS1's moment. Change of the race lead again. Outlaw still there though, not losing touch, sticking in the DRS, not too far behind. As IS1 did get past IRS LB44, he's going to come back at him. Oh, he thought about going up the inside there. And Nur has now joined the party as well. DMB Super Skills in an Alpha Tauri sandwich. Pepper not too far behind. There's a yellow flag. Why is there a yellow flag? Why was there a yellow flag? And it was the Rossane Bourbon. Just Peak just binned it, and there's a virtual safety car. Where's the Just Peak? How's he binned it there? There must have been a collision with someone. Huh? Oh, I couldn't even see it now. But how's he binned it there? There's been some weird crashes today in qualifying and the race just now. Kovac stays out. Everyone's staying out. Virtual safety car. No one wants to dive into the pits a bit too early. Yeah, no one's using the pits with that virtual. Well, Remy is actually. When he make it in time though. As everyone bunches up. We've got two little groups at the moment though. We've got the top 5. And then we got 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. In a sort of little group together. Remy gets a little advantage there of a quicker pit stop under the virtual. Drive-through penalty for IRS LB44 for speeding under the virtual safety car, and DMB Super Skills a double Mercedes drive-through under the same virtual safety car. And IRS LB44 has just spun, I believe, as well. Yes, he has. As both Mercedes will have to dive into the pits this lap, and that will cost them their race big time. Pepper, Eric, Remy could be into the points now, as the two Alpines swap positions once again. GF1 will start to be quicker than these guys now on these hard tyres. Two Alpine are still battling. Can Outlaw do anything about it? He can't at the moment. He's going for it now though. Using a bit of ERS to try start the move off, but just not close enough. Has a bit of a moment there as well. He's got to be careful not to spin it. Nearly did there. Pepper Slig with another 3 seconds as the two Mercedes did dive into the pits, I believe, before their drive-throughs. Yes, they did. They are now 10th and 11th, but they have to pit again, and it's going to cost them their race big time. Back to the top 5. The DRS train of the top 5. Here comes Robert again, switching position with Kovacs. Outlaw thought about it, goes onto the grass a little bit there. Tries going up the inside into turn 2, not quite. good racing. Oh, Outlaw's got a penalty. Outlaw's got a 3-second time penalty. And that could be very big at the end of this race. We've still got a long way to go, and the guys ahead of him might get penalties as well, but he's got to watch himself now for the rest of this. IRS LB44 side by side with Remy, getting the job done. Back up into P11. Lap 14. I wonder if Outlaw goes for the undercut. He must do, because he's got a 3-second time penalty now, so he has to go for an undercut shortly and try to get ahead of these guys and try to break a gap instead of sitting behind them waiting for them to pit and reacting. He's got to react first, surely. Two Alpines still just switching positions and working well together to keep the lead. GF1 is definitely looking a lot quicker now on these hard tyres. One's a bit deep though. IRS LB44 with another penalty there. I think that's 9 seconds now. No, 6. Hitman Pepper racking them up at the moment. Still just over halfway of the race to go. Yellow flag, and that is IRS LB44 out, and that is a safety car. And does that mean these guys get a free pit stop? For GF1, that's possibly come at a complete wrong time. He's on the hards. He's going to go on the mediums for 20 laps. And he's just got a penalty. He wasn't even thinking. He was thinking what to do with his strategy, I guarantee you, and he's just drove into the pits and got a 5-second. The two Alpines pit together, which is going to cost Altmaier Robert a position to Nasher, GF1 and Outlaw. And that has just mixed everything up. 2 retirements then. You saw IRS LB44, I think it was turn 3. Turn 4, sorry, down into the sector 1 checkpoint on the exit of turn 4. Must have hit a curb or just hit his throttle into the wall. Eric into the pits. He gets brought back into it. DMB super skills also getting brought back into it. Pepper's up to P6. Why is he not boxed? Everyone's going to be trying to go to the end now, and Pepper's got 11 lap old hards that I'm not making it another 20 laps. I'll be 31. He's got a box, surely. Hopefully he's got a new set of hards or mediums that can help him, because he's going to be dropped by everyone in a couple laps time. Kovacs Milan still in the race lead here, and it's looking like he'll be taking the championship lead if it stays this way. Currently 16 points behind Purple Up, on for 25 points. Yeah, on for 25 points at the moment. So that would be 9 points. Going into the last race between Kovacs and Purple Dirt. He's hoping that somehow Kovacs Milan wins it. Pepper didn't box either, he's still out there on the lap 12-meter hard. Bold decision from Pepper Slick. Maybe he's waiting for another safety car. Maybe he believes there'll be another safety car. Safety car might be at the end of his lap. Will Eric catch up in time? I don't think he will. No, he won't. Well, he might. Yeah, he did. Just caught up in time. Kovacs Milan, second time that he gets to restart this race from behind the safety car. This time he's got Outlaw behind him. GF1 and Nasher, not his teammate. Taking a bold choice here of already going, but the safety car's out. There he goes. GF1 on the mediums now as well. He's going to be a bit faster than the guys ahead of him. Yellow flag, and that is Remy that's round. Collision with him. Kovacs trying to defend from Outlaw. DMB super skills having a look at Anur. Pepper Slig off the track. He's being swamped up by everyone, like I said. Should have boxed. He's gone from 6th to 10th. Gonna have Eric behind him as well. Back to the top two. Outlaw having a look at Kovacs. Trying to find a way past. DRS is still disabled. So Kovacs, Outlaw using up his battery here. Trying to go for the move around the outside. Into turn one. Has he got the job done? Yes, he has. Takes the lead of the race for the first time. Has got that 3-second time penalty though, so he's gonna have to get up the road a lot now. GF1 trying to come at him as well. Robert and Nasher having a little battle here. DMB super skills, who jumped onto the soft tyres, is flying, as you'd expect. All these guys ahead of him on the hard tyres. But Outlaw putting some qualifying laps in here. They're trying to get away from Kovacs. What he needs is GF1 to get past Kovacs Milan here. DRS still disabled. There we go. DRS is now enabled. But Kovacs Milan is still within 1 second of Outlaw, so Outlaws wanted to push away by 3 seconds, I think it was. Yeah, 3 seconds. Everyone's so close this race as well. A lot of DRS trains. Top 4 at the moment, and 5th to 8th. Three-second time penalty for Anur, who is currently running P8 behind DMB super skills. Back to the top 4 though. Kovacs Milan, I think, is about to make a move here on Outlaw, because GF1 was trying to make a move on Kovacs there. Fastest lap with a 1:10.7. Oh, he runs on the grass, nearly into the back of the Alpine there. Manages to save it. Outlaw defended from Kovacs. Down into turn 4. Kovacs Milan pulls to the inside and gets the job done. Back up into the race lead. Robert's dropping back a bit here. He's going to lead the DRS this lap if he's not careful. Closes back up nicely. Outlaw changing the steering wheel there, trying to run into the back of Kovacs. I think we're about to see another overtake. GF1 has had a moment and he's dropped back to B4, and that's going to cost him big time as Outlaw get back past Kovacs Milan 4P1. Pepper Stig with another 3-second time penalty there. Now, what can the Alpines do about Outlaw? Let's jump on board with IS1 and Eric having a little battle for the last points position. IS1 diving up the inside. I think Eric's sort of given that position there. Yeah, Fernando from Bahrain, just letting him have it. Not wanting to battle too hard. But Outlaw right now, 6 lap old mediums, has to use them to his advantage and try to break away. We can't do nothing because of DRS zones around this track. Oh, Kovacs nearly running into the back of Outlaw there. 3-second time penalty for Outmare Robert in the Alpine, which changes everything for Outlaw really. Side-by-side action here between the two race leaders. Second and third in the driver's standings. 25 points behind Purple Derp is Outlaw. Kovacs Milan 16 points behind Purple Derp. And they're battling for the race lead. Remy with a 3-second time penalty. Where's Remy? P11. Struggling at the moment with Remy. Have a look there. Outlaw gonna fly past the Alpine of Kovacs yet again. Here comes Outmare Robert though as well. Also a double overtake potentially as Outlaw fights it back. Side by side action, great racing, but what an overtake from Outmare Robert to take the double overtake. Kovacs Milan now going for a double overtake. The two Alpines with double overtakes in 2 or 3 corners. That brings GF1 back into it as well though, with these guys battling it out. So the great race we got here. I think we just need Kovacs to get a time penalty as well to make it even more interesting. Nasha, Hossein, Bourbon, Amur, 5th, 6th and 7th. Not quite close enough to that top 4 battle, but they are starting to creep up a little bit. As Outlaw is going side by side with Robert, not quite close enough. Amur's making the move on the Hossein, Burb and Nasha. He's going for a double overtake now, and he's got the job done. So that's 3 double overtakes in the last lap and a half that we've seen from 3 different drivers there. Tier 2 putting on the show at the moment with some great racing. Just over 10 laps to go here in Brazil. Outlaw sliding along. Pepper Slig has retired in the pit lane. Unfortunately, he doesn't want to wait around for another safety car. Here comes Outlaw again. Is he close enough for a move this time? No, he's not. Robert's got enough energy to use up to defend this one. GF1. All four of these guys have drained their battery. I know it's starting to get a bit closer. But yellow flag, who was that? I think that was just Pepper's car. Yeah, it was. It was just Pepper's car. As DMB Super Skills rejoins the track. What is Pepper's car doing? Wow, I have no idea. It's a madness. There we go. Finally disappeared. As we get back to the racing here at the top. Outlaw having a look at the back of Robert again. Still not close enough for a move. I think Outlaw is just sitting there patiently at the moment, but he's trying to use his battery a lot instead of saving up. Should be trying to save right now, just like the top two. Robert with 30%. Kovac's using it a bit more as well, but a light flash on an Outlaw's car. Gonna need that IRS towards the end of the race. We've got another into the pits, along with IS1. Outlaw a bit closer this time for a move. We got a newer getting past Eric as well for P8. Saying Burb trying to get into the top 5. Not quite close enough to Masha yet. Robert with a big moment there. Really allowing Outlaw to make a move. Who also has a big moment. GF1 nearly runs into the back of him. Nearly allows Kovac's Milan to escape. Outlaw still using that ERS every lap. Trying to find a way through on the two Alpines. Russell and Burb. Trying to get past Nashville's and we're set to do fastest lap. Time in P8. One extra championship point for him. Outlaw again this time. He's close enough for a move on Robert, but Robert has got the IRS to defend this. There we go, just applies it a tiniest amount. Just defends again from Outlaw, who's doing everything he can at the moment to go for a move as Robert makes a mistake. Outlaw trying to go around the outside, but will run out of IRS as Robert will just swoop past him. And here comes GF1 out of nowhere, past Outlaw, into the top three. As Nasha gets packed past to Russell and Burb, as they keep switching positions. So at the moment, IS1, DMV super skills, Russell and Burb are all not doing enough to keep themselves in the championship fight going into the last round. Outlaw, Kovacs and Purple Derp will be a three-way battle for the championship if it stays this way as of right now. Five laps to go. GF1 having a look at Robert. We've got a yellow flag, and that is Eric running P10 at the moment with one championship point. And move with another fastest lap. I think he only just beat his other lap there, to be fair. That must have been millimeters in lap times. What a great battle we got here. All race long. We've had 3 or 4 cars battling for the race lead. This Outlaw go for a move on GF1. I don't think it needs to, that 5-second time point that GF1 has. He essentially needs a safety car to save him, as Robert makes another mistake, and that's going to allow GF1 to go for it again, but Robert has enough ERS once more to defend it. Nasher and Russell and Burb just need to close up to the top 4 by a couple more seconds, and they might find themselves on a podium here. And they're making a move on DMB super skills side by side, both on soft tyres, 7th and 8th. Good battle in there. Oh, GF1 super close to the back of Robert this time. Surely he goes for a move into turn 1. That's indeed what he's doing. Goes to the outside though. Not quite close enough. Robert's doing exactly... Oh, Kovacs has made a mistake. Kovacs Milan making a big mistake there. I think he's just about got away with it. Kovacs out of the IRS as well. Here comes GF1 again, having a look. No room to put the Aston Martin. Trying to find a way up the inside, around the outside. Nearly runs into the back of him. They've done this a few times, but they've corrected their steering and managed to avoid running into the back of the car ahead. Doing some good driving from the top 4 here today. Three laps to go. Round 13 or 14 here in Brazil before we head to the final round of the season. And Kovacs Milan will be taking the championship lead by 9 points ahead of Purple Derp as it currently stands. Outlaw is getting 12 points, so he will be 13 points behind Purple Derp. He would just about still be in the fight, I think. He'll be getting 15, sorry, because of that 5 second of GF1. What's going on down the bottom? How's Eric dropped back to Remy so much? The last points position, 10th and 11th. Can Eric defend it? No, he can't. Decides to back off. How many penalties does Remy have? 3 seconds. Can Eric maybe stick with him? Right, let's get the tyres off the screen now. Don't need to see the tyres. Last 2 laps, we'll see the penalties instead. Kovacs Milan just needs to keep it on the track and avoid any track limits to win this race right now. Outlaw will be getting a podium, but could get P2 if he gets past GF1 and makes a lunge on Robert, which he kind of needs to do for his championship. If he wants to be going into the last round of the season fighting for the Drivers' Championship, he needs to get past these 2 cars ahead of him. There goes one of them, and GF1 might have just cost himself any chance of a podium whatsoever. Might have even cost himself P5 there. It's going to be close. We'll keep an eye on that one. Currently doing enough by a second. Here comes Robert up the inside of Kovacs Milan. Outlaw has been disqualified from failing to use the required compounds. Sorry, what? Outlaw has used 2 medium tyres and didn't box. And he has just cost himself his whole championship. We're on the final lap of this race, and Kovacs Milan is about to take the race win, and he will be taking the championship lead of Tier 2. Nearly makes a mistake there. Down the final straight for the last time. Robert looks like he's going to be taking... No, he's not. He's going to put out the way for Kovacs Milan to take the race win of round 13 as they cross the line in formation. The 2 Alpines with a 1-2. A great performance. GF1's going to come home in P3 on a podium. Nasha on a debut P4. Great performance from him. Russell Bird P5. Anur is going to come home in P6. Good recovery drive from him after some of the mistakes and incidents he's been through today. DMB Super Skills P7. IS1 will come home in P8. Remy will get P9. And Eric will get P10. But I can't believe that Outlaw didn't use 2 tyre allocations. I did not even clock that, to be fair. And he's now out of the championship fight. And we're just waiting for Remy to cross the line in P9. 2 championship points for him. There we go. And here comes Eric in P10. Started to get on the championship points a bit more. Eric in the Aston Martin. DMV super skills with driver of the day. Here we go then, here's the final classification. Outlaw being disqualified for running 2 mediums. I was kicked and still in lobby, lost 12 seconds all of a sudden from IS1. What the hell? That's mad. But yeah, there's your confirmation of the Alpine 1-2. Great performance from them. GF1 on the podium as well. Kovacs Milan taking the championship lead by 9 points to Purple Derp. It's going to be a 2-car shootout between Purple Derp and Kovacs Milan. Make sure you tune in next Sunday for Abu Dhabi round 14 of 14 Tier 2 Championship finale, where we'll find out who will be the drivers' champion. Will it be Kovacs Milan or will it be Purple Derp? Until then, peace out.